Whilst most of us have been enjoying the prolonged heatwave, an emergency has been brewing for our farmers. I'm here in Westminster, where the National Farmers Union will be conducting their emergency drought summit with the government and farming charities. Their aim to draw up an action plan to combat the crippling effects of this recent hot weather. One farmer attending today's meeting is Guy Smith, and his farm in Essex has really been feeling the effects. So Guy, was not expecting this to be so low and so dry.
No, it's not often I'm walking in the bed of my reservoir. I'd normally hope that water levels were still sort of up to my thigh and I'd have enough water in the reservoir to irrigate for at least another month.
Yeah.
But what I'm facing is the prospect of running out.
How has the farming community been affected by this immense drought?
Autumn crops may be down 10–20%. And I think we are going to see some increases in bread prices because of that. Anything we sowed in the spring has barely known rainfall and it's really suffering, and those yields will be really hit hard.
So what crops have been most affected for you, Guy?
For me on this farm here, it is potatoes. Here they are, and there's plenty of tubers, but they're just not big enough yet.
They're not, are they?
No.
Not at all. You're not going to make a decent chip out of those?
No, I'm not. We don't want marbles, we want baked potatoes.
Farmers across the UK have all been hit, and it's not just the crops, livestock's in jeopardy too. Beef farmer Tony Irwin has had to delve into his emergency feed to keep his farm running.
We've had 2 months without any rain, and that's affected how much the cows can eat, and we've had to start feeding the winter rations during the spring.
What impact is that going to have as the months go on?
Well, it puts us under financial pressure, but more importantly, it's next winter's feed, making sure we've got enough feed to see the whole herd through until this time next year.
So what do the farmers want from their meeting at Westminster?
Well, we want government, consumers to be aware that there are pressures on food production at the moment. We'd like to see government giving us a bit of flexibility on how we can abstract water to see some crops through the next month.
And how confident are you you'll get that?
Hey, let's just see how persuasive we can be.
Before the summit gets underway behind closed doors, I talked to some farmers attending and those selling their produce.
Last year we were probably paying around £12,000 for our straw. We're probably going to be heading towards 30,000 plus this year.
I mean, today I'm supposed to be delivering 1,000 litres to Southall, but we haven't got enough because the yield has dropped so much. I don't know what we're going to do.
Vegetables are already, vegetable production is probably 30–40% down, with some crops. Carrots are 50% down, so the price of food this winter will definitely be a lot higher than what the public are used to.
After the meeting with Secretary of State for Food and Rural Affairs Michael Gove,
and we're determined to do everything we can to support farmers at this challenging time, and we'll do whatever it takes in order to make sure that our farmers can continue to run successful businesses and that food supplies can continue to be healthy.
I caught up with the NFU. Minette, as the president of the NFU, how do you feel today went?
I think it was a really positive meeting. So we were able to talk about water, indeed how we move fodder, so hay and straw effectively across the country. Often straw is chopped so that it goes back into the soil. We're encouraging farmers this year not to chop it, to bale it so that we have availability throughout the winter.
And is Guy happy? Are you pleased?
Well, we're pleased we've been listened to. He says he'll take away a lot of the ideas he's heard today. You know, we just wanted to make the general point to him that never take food production for granted. The weather will have the last laugh.
And what can the public do during that to help?
Realise that we've been through a testy time, but there's nothing like British consumers taking British farm produce off the shelf to support us in a time of need.